McFry is the cockadoodle rooster. I am the rooster. So I've gone on record before in past videos saying that trickle-down economics just doesn't work. It's a bullshit theory or something along those lines. And you know what? I was wrong. Okay? I was wrong about trickle-down economics. And I wasn't wrong because I didn't understand it. I got it. I just saw that in reality, it didn't happen the way they explained it. And it's like that for the right wing for a number of issues, that they'll explain something one way and why they support it, but the real reason is not what they said is the reason. It really works out for a different thing. I'll give you an example. Abortion, they support pro-life. They don't want anybody having an abortion. And they say, oh, it's to protect the child and God wouldn't want it, or whatever they say. But the real reason, everybody knows, is because they want a bunch of dumb motherfuckers around so they can take advantage of, so they can pile them up in the mega churches with 10,000 seats and all give them donations and stuff. They want people that will be willing to work for minimum wage. That's why they support that. They don't care about you and your children. Are you kidding me? So that's the thing with trickle-down economics. It's not a policy that they support because it helps anybody or anything like that. And it doesn't even work the way they say it does. The reason they support it, the reason why it's a prevalent idea is because it's really a call to arms. It's really saying to everybody that agrees with it that we're going to stick together. If we're the people with money and power, companies, and we own land and all this stuff, that we're going to stick together through good times and, more importantly, through bad times. Because trickle-down economics, if you look at good times, like we had good times under Bush, apparently all these companies, market caps went up, revenue was up, the economy was growing, stocks went up, yada, yada, yada. But if you looked at people's average income, it went down. Regular working people. So you say, where's the trickle down? And on top of that, they lost a bunch of homes and cars and all this other shit. So the trickle down, just no, they're not trickling shit down. Look, they're doing great. Are they giving everybody pay raises and they hiring new people and all this shit? No, it ain't happening. All right, you're living in a dream world if you think that happened. That never happened ever in the history of the world. Okay. So what is trickle-down economics? It's a one-way street, and it means that in bad times, there's going to be layoffs. There's going to be pay cuts. There's going to be just anarchy for you, and they can justify it whether their company's doing good or not. Because they can just say, hey, look, we're in economic downtime and all this shit and blah, blah, blah. And you're saying to yourself, look, I just work here. What does that have to do with me? This shouldn't affect me personally. But they make it affect. They make it affect everybody. And that's trickle-down economics. It's actually a trickle-up effect. That means when the shit goes down, they're going to tighten their control over their money because they have most of the money all the time anyways. But they're gonna tighten grip on it even more in bad times. So that's pretty much it. The rich get richer. The small working man like myself and probably everybody watching this gets fucked as usual. So that's why right now I'm calling for a national union. I'm just throwing that out there. Why don't everybody that works in this country just form a union? Why don't we just have that? I mean, we would have, some kind of information network, and we would have solidarity, with each other and support each other, when things get, messed up in the workplace, people are taken advantage of, etc., etc. And I think it should also be open to strictly American citizen workers, because initially it's got to stand for something. When you say you're part of the American Union or whatever, that's got to mean something, all right? I think that, immigrant workers should also have a union, but I think it should be a separate union. They could merge eventually, but for now, an American union that the only criteria is that you have to be a working person and be a legal citizen of America. I think that should be something that we have, because I know far too many people who don't have a union. And you should have a union. I mean, everybody works. We all complain about our jobs to each other, but nobody fucking organizes anything. And you know, there's fucking people that want to do that. All right, they just need the motivation. They need the idea. You know, they need to do it. Being part of a union shouldn't be something hard to get, to be privileged by some industry or something like that. It should be a God-given right. Far too many people's killer stress and heart attacks come from the workplace. 60% of Americans are unhappy with their jobs. It's ridiculous. It's a huge problem. I mean, seriously, we got to doodle.